Do think twice. Self Crown VIP. What's going on? And I said Self Crown VIP. Excuse me. Platinum Self Crowned VIP. I know it's only gonna be like a handful of us in here tonight because one, the website tripping. Not the website. It ain't even a website. Nah, Self Crowned is good. Vimeo is tripping, the one that we normally have these videos hosted on. But we got our backup YouTube that's on deck. So hopefully, no matter where you're coming from, no matter what issues you normally have tonight with two options, you are able to see the Platinum Live chat, and it's going to be a great one. We may not stay on super long. It depends how many questions that I see. But either way it goes, you know, it ain't about the quantity of minutes. It's about the quality of the conversation. So, per usual, you guys got to let me know. Can you see and can you hear me well? All right, now even if you can hear me well, you're probably going to hear me sound a little bit nasally because when you got babies, every time they catch something, you catch something. And they caught one of them caught something from one of the bad kids at their daycare and whatnot. I'm trying not to cuss at other folks' kids because that's not right. And then it's going to make my next kid ugly if I have one. But let me know I'm good. Let me know I'm good down in the comments. I am checking. I'm actually looking on the YouTube myself. So let me know I'm good. Tell me I'm good. That's how we do it. For all my newbies out there, let me know I'm good. If you can hear me and you can see me, wow. Let me look. Let me look. Carmen, what's happening? L. Baldwin, what's good with you? Christina F, what's good? One of my favorites up in here. Okay, Azuri, Miss Baldwin, Cara. I'm gonna start it out quick. I'm gonna touch on it real quick, Carmen. But we had something else started planned for the beginning. Carmen asked out the damn gate, just so she want to copy and paste it later. I'm gonna try to see if I can give her something here. What to do when one spouse has a stronger sex drive than the other? Well, I'm curious, Carmen. There's a question that you got to ask. Did it start off that way? Was it always kind of uneven? Is this something that has happened as of late? Is it a phase? Like, what are we dealing with here? Because if it is something where it's a phase, like something might be wrong with the spouse whose sex drive is a little lower. I can't imagine why somebody's sex drive would all of a sudden spike. But my first guess is that you guys should try to figure out how to supplement. So if we talking a little bit higher, like, you know what? I want to go 2 rounds in the day, once or twice a week, instead of just that 1 round or 3 times a week we always have it. That can be supplemented. Now, I've heard of some all-American aliens out here that be fucking like 5 times in one day. Personally, I believe as an adult, you should have other shit to do with your life. But I got to get some context to what we're dealing with before I can really give you a fully contextualized answer. First option, try to supplement. Somebody needs to be considerate of the other person's needs. And I'm talking being a little creative, being a little open-minded, putting aside a little bit more energy. You know, not working until you dead ass exhausted, or him not working until he's dead ass exhausted to come home and try to fuck you with that energy, but rather having some set aside and he's saying, nah, this is fuck o'clock. Me and my wife got to get it popping. And then later on, he can rejuvenate as needed and try to go for that second round. But it really, the context depends, because if it's an emotional reason, you got to address that first. You know, more or less sex, more or less supplementation is not going to be the key. But if it is simply, you know, some biological things going on, I would imagine just some open-mindedness, a little bit of creativity, structuring the energy. Again, that's a big one. A lot of people try to have sex with that leftover energy after the day is already gone. And of course, they don't want to fuck half the time. They want to go to sleep. They just want to get theirs. So you got to make sure the same way you're supposed to make time in your schedule for each other, you got to make energy too. All right, look, this ain't the question and answer. So don't get to rolling too much with your questions and answers. Whew. What we did last time, I really enjoyed that. I don't know how y'all felt about it, but last time we were on here, we started with a mentally stimulating card game question to get the ball rolling. And of course, if you don't know, man, that's that nasally shit coming in. I am the creator of Mentally Stimulate Me card game. This is designed and built for us sapiosexuals who like to have a good time, but damn it, we got our wheels spinning. We like to do intellectual, intelligent stuff. So I created this card game full of questions that could help you engage with your partner, get closer to your partner, and you guys can get it at msmcardgame.com. But instead of just going through a demo, let's just jump into a question. Let's just jump right into a question. And I want you guys to answer down in the comment section. I want to see y'all answering in the chat and be straight up, man. No fakeness, all right? Let's do it. So this question from the Mentally Stimulate Me card game says, a guy gave his girl $500 to go shopping. She spent it all on her child from another man. He found out and broke up with her. Who's wrong? A, him. He should have been specific. B, her, because she should have asked if it was okay to spend it on her child. C, both. Or D, neither. So, who's wrong in this situation? I'm going to tell you my answer. While you guys are down in the comments, let me know what y'all think. I personally believe, and my feelings about this, honestly, y'all, have changed over the years. I guess I'm starting to mature a little bit. I honestly believe neither of them are wrong. Neither of them are wrong. He could feel how he want to feel about it after giving her the money. I think he's petty. I think he's childish. But at the same time, you have every right to break up with whoever. You have every right to lose the blessing that is in your life. Look, there is no right or wrong way to go about that. If you want to lose a blessing, go ahead. But on the other hand, I don't think she was wrong either. That child ain't separate from her. That child is an extension of her. Forget the other man, you know. And if he's focused on that, that tells me that he still hasn't overcome his ego. He's still so immature, like his ego dictates his actions and gotten him possibly losing out on something good. So I personally say D, neither. That's my thought process on this. I don't think either one of them are wrong. I think she dodged a bullet by getting rid of him. And yeah, I really do think he lost out. You know, $500 that important to him and his ego, to let him go. So again, you can get the game at msmcardgame.com, y'all. But let me see what y'all are saying. D-A. Oh, we got a split decision up in here. Christina says, I love playing this game. So fun. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said the woman is wrong. Okay, I'm curious. Why do you think the woman is wrong? Is that Gianna? Gianna Diaz. L. Baldwin says D, but both should have clarified. That's fair. That's fair. Baby, Little John says I would totally say neither, though I wouldn't be breaking up with someone over spending shopping money on their kids. Again, it's the ego thing. It is the, oh, it's another man's child and I ain't the stepdaddy. Well, I got to pay for these kids. That's where that comes from. But again, I just can't say somebody is wrong for breaking up where they're no longer happy, they're no longer satisfied. Do whatever you want to do. That's how I feel about it in my personal life. Somebody want to go, somebody want to walk away. I'm not about to chastise you, you know, outside of marriage. But if we talking boyfriend and girlfriend, that's the relationship status, to be on that iffy in and out stuff, except for you ain't supposed to be able to come back in. Let's see here. Rain L says neither. Operative word, gave. End of sentence. Okay. Chandra Medley says he shouldn't have given if he would have had a problem with that. She's not wrong either. That's fair as well. Like I said, I think more so petty is what he was being as opposed to wrong, ethically wrong. Let's see here. Azuri said, although I would have bought something for him and myself, that would have been very nice. That's very considerate of you. I don't know if a dude that petty would appreciate that though, but that would have been really cool. Now, if he's like, oh, I'm going to break it up with you, I would take whatever gift I bought him with his money right back. That's what I would do. I mean, that's why God didn't make me a woman, because I wouldn't be no good neither. All right. So let's get into it, man. Typically, how we used to do it anyway. We used to start off with some kind of hot topic, you know, something going on in the news. Right now, it's a whole lot of craziness. You got, you know, Mike Jackson documentaries. You got R. Kelly getting up, Gail just chilling, you know, unbothered as ever. I ain't really want to talk about that again. I already done kind of did that on my Instagram. Let me tell y'all a quick story, though. I'm going to make it real quick. All right, so I was talking to my cousin, and this is a cousin I referenced before in previous videos. So she's having guy problems again. I can't even say guy problems because ain't no more guy. It's the dude that she had a baby by. Beforehand, they were on the rocks, but then she came up pregnant. This dude had always talked about wanting a child, wanting her to be the baby mama, wanting to have a child, wanting to have a family, right? So even though she knew they weren't really supposed to be together no more, she kept the baby. Not, you know, I don't know what her other decisions were, but that, like, she was excited about the baby, should I say. She was excited to have the baby because she felt like this would kind of glue them back together, put them back where they needed to be. And I got to keep it real with y'all. Yeah, she my cousin, but she's one of those women that don't, she does certain things she just don't realize till it's too late. And it's a lot of women like that. This being one of them. There's really three things. Matter of fact, there's three things. I'll cover the first two all in one. Three things that women don't realize till it's too late. The first two is this. A baby ain't gonna keep them, and marriage ain't gonna change them. Honestly, by the age of 25, if he ain't already a grown man, if he ain't already evolved into the version of himself that he's supposed to be, at least for you, ain't nothing gonna do it. Outside of breaking your heart and losing you first. And I don't know if that's a price that you're willing to pay, but I can tell you one thing, pleading, begging, staying, praying, without his work being put in, that ain't gonna do nothing but incentivize his ain't shitness to last on even longer. So a lot of women don't realize that until it's too damn late. But the third thing that a lot of women don't realize is that not every man is out to hurt you. Not every man is like the one who has done you wrong. Maybe he got it out of his system in his younger years. Maybe he never was really on that, you know. But I can understand, like, as a woman, whenever you get hurt, you'll rather be bitter and whatever else as opposed to naive and broken again. But the thing is, if you latch on to that bitterness for too long, you're going to mess around and miss out on your blessing. So just a word of advice to the wise. Hope that can help somebody. Let's now get into the Q&A, shall we? All right, let's see here. Make sure it's good. Let me see. Chandra Medley said, you truly think your laptop is just old? Yeah, if you can't see this on YouTube, it's something wrong with you now. Hey, it's something, you the common denominator. I take the blame for Self-Crown. I take the blame for Vimeo. But if you can't see on YouTube, yeah, you got to go ahead and get rid of that old dial-up internet connection that you got. You got to go and let that go. All right. Let me get up here. Baby, Little John says, I like starting them this way. Cool. I like starting them this way too. Chandra says, hey, D, is your volume all the way up? Just curious. That was the question before your old-ass laptop. Realization. All right. If you guys got questions now, I'm not seeing no questions. We ain't got no questions. We're going to get up out of here. Let's see. Oh, we can do another card game question too. We can do that too. But I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. Matter of fact, let's do this. Tell me something. What was a lesson that you as a woman learned when it was too late to apply it in that situation? What was a lesson that you learned when it was too late? I want to see if y'all can teach me something. What was a lesson that you guys learned when it was too late? I'm looking. What was a lesson that you learned when it was too late? One thing that I learned when it was too late was that apologies don't undo the damage. That's why you probably done heard me say that before. Apologies don't undo the damage. No matter how sincere, no matter how heartfelt, no matter what. Actions, the changed behavior, it don't undo the damage. That was one lesson I learned too late. Cree says that abuse is not love. That is a very good one. Laura Walker says something similar. Trauma bond isn't love. Angelica says the lesson that I learned when it was too late was that I cannot build a man. Jesus was a carpenter, not I. That sounds like an Instagram meme. I ain't gonna flex on it. Was that an Instagram meme, Angelica? Did you get that off Instagram or Facebook? I mean, that was good. If you came up with that, then high five. Kudos. But it sounded like an Instagram meme. I'm just going to be all the way real with you. Sassy Feet says she learned that not everything that glitters is gold. Hell, I knew that. I knew that since I was about 4, 5 years old. Grandma used to say that all the time. Tonisha Lyot says, listen to a man. Men tell us everything we need to know with both words and actions. Yeah, some stipulations to that now. There's some stipulations to that. I agree. I get what you're saying. Like when a man says he ain't ready for a relationship, you can believe all words. Most times other than that, you pretty much gonna just bank on the actions and the patterns more so. But I get what you're saying. Instead of listening to your own fantasy of what could be, you better wake up and smell the coffee. I get what you're saying. Janine says, answer Urban Flamingo. Let me see. You could have just copied and pasted Urban Flamingo. Hold on. Now I got to go back up. All right. Let's get into it. Urban Flamingo says, why do so many men love dating attractive, stylish women and then get angry at the woman because other men blatantly acknowledge it? Why is it my fault that other men don't respect you? First off, Urban Flamingo, that's disrespectful in itself, right? That's disrespectful. If you said that to the dude, that would be disrespectful. That would be quite inconsiderate. Now, it all depends on how he's coming at you for this. Is he really coming at you, like, is he coming at your neck strictly because other guys are paying you compliments? Or because it looks like you're a little too receptive to these compliments? Put it like this, and I don't know the context, so I'm going to try to keep an eye on the comments so I can see what you say. If a woman came up to your man and said, ooh, you got a big old dick in them sweatpants, and he was like, thank you. How would you feel about that? Would it be you that's not getting respected, so you need to take it up with the other women? Or would it be him that needs to draw that line whenever it's clearly been crossed or flirted with? So it's context, Urban Flamingo, is what I'm saying. The shit that you say, it sounds snazzy, but let me see. Urban Flamingo says, hold on, that's the same thing you put up above. Urban Flamingo says, I didn't say that to him. Oh, good. Because I was about to say that was pretty asshole of you to say that. Now, if we are dealing with a dude that habitually disrespects you, habitually points fingers everywhere else, has no heart, you know what I'm saying? A dude, just only disrespected him. You did absolutely nothing to flirt back verbally or body language wise. Nothing. And he still got mad at you. He still popped off on you. That's a different conversation. But if dudes are blatantly disrespecting him, even like, okay, say for me, I don't consider myself too insecure. So if a guy is showing hella love to my lady, like, my priority is how is she responding? I'm not tripping about his attention. I'm more so tripping on her response to his attention. Is she giving him the eye back? Is she smiling? Does she look like she's blushing whenever a dude is giving her a sexual comment or sexual compliment? Looking at her ass and titties or something like that. Hell yeah, I'm going to take it up with my lady. You damn right. I'm not taking up with the dude because there's going to be a million dudes that's going to come at you. You the common denominator. What did you do to show that you have respect for your man is what I'm asking. Let me see. Urban Flamingo, where you at? Let me see. Says, I ignore their advances. He can't seem to. Okay. He can't seem to ignore their advances. So I would ask him, Urban Flamingo, what the hell is your name? I would ask him, what exactly would he like you to do? You ignore it, you don't pay it no attention. Clearly he's upset, but what would be the right thing to do? If you're not so much as looking back at these guys, you ain't saying nothing, what does he want you to do? Now, if he can't come up with nothing, then he just all in his feelings. At that point, I would say, yeah, it warrants, I wouldn't say disrespect, but it definitely warrants a lack of respect from you because he ain't getting it from these dudes and he ain't got no problem with that. It's like almost like he wants you to fight his fight for him. All right, let me get on. Really? Let's see. Jasmine A says, or they are simply not confident in their skin. Not sure what you're saying, Janine. So she didn't have to do anything, D. I'm still not sure what you're saying, Janine. All right, let me see. Shiloh says he needs to draw that line. But there's the thing. It's like, I believe drawing that line, yes, under two circumstances. One, your woman is made uncomfortable. Or two, either of y'all are kind of put in any kind of danger at all. You know what I'm saying? That's whenever, like, I definitely believe in drawing the line. But just off of attention, I'm not drawing no line. I'm not drawing no line because a dude licking his lips and staring, and I can see him grabbing his dick because he looking at her ass. Like, I'm not drawing no damn line. He do whatever he want to do. That's him and his discomfort he got to deal with. Now, if my lady is giving some attention back, that's a whole different situation. We already done talked about that. But let's go on. Melody Dyer, you said, what should you do if your significant other is looking to other things and people for comfort when something goes wrong instead of you? That's a big one. Honestly, Melanie, that ain't for you to fix, but I would definitely communicate how it makes you feel. Now, I would imagine there are some things that he just don't feel comfortable talking to you about, and that's okay. It's okay for him to have a life in a comfort zone, in a place, a safe space that he can go to outside of you. Everything ain't gonna revolve around you or within you or between the two of you. Now, the problem comes if he's emotionally looking for something in another woman that he honestly expects from you but don't feel like he's getting, or that he now prefers from another woman. So put it like this. If he gets to a point where he's stressed out, you may not be that place that gives him the most relief from that stress. However, man cave might be. Playing pool might be. Playing basketball, lifting weights, riding his motorcycle. If these safe spaces give him that comfort and that peace and it's away from you, that's okay. If his boys give him some peace of mind, his grandmama, that's okay. If he getting this piece of comfort from another woman and she's not blood related, that's a problem. And at that point, all you got to do is relay a message to him. Hey, look, learn some lines, and I'm very uncomfortable with it. Now, at that point, he either cares about your feelings or he don't. I don't know what kind of defense mechanisms go up whenever you bring this up, if you do. But that's where the conversation really needs to happen. Let's see here. It's a great question, Melanie Dyer. Great question, I agree. Urban Flamingo says, seriously, Janine, I agree. That's cool. Hey, look, man. Sometimes we're gonna be on the same page, and sometimes we not. I'm just gonna give it to you, you know, the way that I gave it to you whenever you first came across me, which is all the way real. Janine said to her, though, dude is worried about other men taking his woman. If he was confident in his skin of their relationship, I'm guessing he wouldn't. He got issues. That's fine, Urban Flamingo. That's the conversation, though. What does he want you to do? And what exactly did you do wrong? That's it. Tiffany Alvarez says, what does it mean when a guy says, I've got things to do, but he tells your friend that I'm not paying any attention to him, which is false because I do talk to him when we are face to face. Okay, let me rewind that back. Tiffany says, what does it mean when a guy says, I've got things to do, but he tells your friend that I ain't paying any attention to him? He's snitching on you to your homegirl or to your homeboy. And that's false because you do talk to him when y'all are face to face. I'm a little confused if he's the one that says he got things to do or if he's saying that you got things to do. That's what I'm curious about. And why is your friend in the mix of y'all? Like, why is your friend a mutual contact about y'all's relationship issues? Or is this just a random guy? Like, what are we dealing with here? Like, why is the friend a mutual anything? I'm uncomfortable with that unless that's his boy. All right. Laura Walker says, I had that happen. I'm a friendly person. The guy I was seeing would get insecure and start arguments with men for even looking at me. Friendly, not flirty. Your guy was a little different, though. At least he took it up with the men. Insecure, yes, but not a bitch like only going to address you, but not the grown-ass men. See, Tiffany says, he tells me he has things to do. So he's putting you off, not wanting to really talk to you, but then says to your homegirl or homeboy maybe, oh yeah, Tiffany don't talk to me. Sound to me like he indirectly shooting his shot. If it's a girl especially, maybe he's shooting a shot with your homeboy. But especially if it's a girl and he's heterosexual. He's definitely shooting his shot, it sounds like indirectly. Because a dude would do that. Let me tell y'all one way that dudes will shoot their shot with you. Or any woman. One thing that most men know is that women hate to see a good man being like going to waste, right? Women hate to see that. So what they'll do is they'll come with a complaint about their woman. Oh, she ignores me. Oh, she don't talk to me. Oh, she's so mean and disrespectful and belittling. Oh, she ain't fucking me. And what that's supposed to do is not only evoke sympathy, but evoke that hero syndrome. You know, now it's your turn to come on in and save the day. You a real woman. You can appreciate a real man. You ain't gonna let no good man go to waste. She don't know what she got, therefore she's the bad girl. She's the bad person. Ain't nothing wrong with going ahead and swooping in and getting her man because she ain't no good anyway. She taking him for granted? I'm sure not to take him for granted. I ain't saying that's what your friend is doing. I ain't saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm not saying that's exactly what he's trying to get your friend to do. But there's a strong chance if your friend is a girl and he's really saying this preposterous BS that conflicts with reality, he's indirectly shooting his shot. Because if he hear that, why would she do that to you? She better tighten up. It's a lot of women that would love to have a man like you. If he hear that shit, he is in there. All right. I would definitely get my homegirl on point, but like, I'm asking questions. Let my boy come to me talking about, oh, you know, your wife said you don't make no time for her. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck you say? Hey, I ain't having it. Hey, let my homeboy come to me talking about, hey man, your wife told me you wasn't spending no time with her. Wife told me you always got things to do. You ain't never trying to spend no time with her, man. You might start a fucking fight. Let me go ahead and move on. Chandra says, hold on, Chandra, if y'all break up the comments, I guess that YouTube limits the comments. I'm about to say, y'all got to try to fit the comments in a small little bit, because if you break it up, it's hard to read concisely. Let's see here. Where I was at? Chandra, I'm going to try to start at the top. Chandra Medley says, my man travels for work. His baby mama is draining him financially and now is getting in the way of us talking. The child support is. He's currently fighting for full custody of his kids. Move down. But his phone is off because his kids come first. Move down some more. Basically, I'm trying to be supportive, but it's hard. All right, I ain't reading no more comments, Chandra. As far as that goes, that's messed up. And you do have some vindictive ass baby mamas and baby daddies. Vindictive as hell. You know, they come and they blame you or whatever the new relationship status is for ruining their idea of that happy family, of what it was supposed to be, of how life was supposed to turn out. So here they go leveraging whatever they can that they know is going to have an impact on you. Even if they don't need the child support, they don't need anything that they were actually going after, they're just going to leverage that. And we always talk about using the kids as pawns and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be used as pawns, that can be used as pawns. Honestly though, this is a tough one. Because I don't believe in leaving somebody, you know he's down for you. You know he's just trying to do right by his kids and do whatever he can. But you have every right to say, you know, this baggage that you come with, I can't handle. Not this level. You know, you have every right. Now, with that being said, because of the circumstances, it sounds like he's not a bad guy. I would suggest that you be as patient as possible so long as he does have a solution in mind. Like, don't just straight up bail on him because it's hella uncomfortable and you did nothing to deserve this. This ain't one of them situations I would just say, just go, just leave him. I would say, man, try to have a little bit more patience, being that you got him basically being a committed ass father and dealt the hand. Y'all, I mean, if any single moms out there, y'all know you can't predict how somebody gonna be once they have your children or once you have children with them. So sometimes they turn into a completely different monster. So I would encourage you to have as much patience as you can, but if you feel like you just cannot take it anymore, you got every right to leave. And you're not a bad person or disloyal for doing it. Let's see. Say she's an older woman, old enough to be your mom. Hold on, wait. Tiffany Alvarez. Oh, you still breaking up y'all gotta, man, look, you can't, I guess you can't press enter or something like that. Y'all be spreading y'all comments out. It's hard to keep up with them. Oh, man. Let's see. Chandra says, what if I do stay by his side? What do you mean, what if you do stay by his side? I say stay by his side as long as you can. I think based on what you're telling me, you got a man fighting for his kids, right? Fighting for his kids. And he's giving you no reason to think that he wants that woman. I would think if she's doing all of that, he definitely ain't. Because she wouldn't be doing all of that. If he was still giving her some dick or giving her any real attention, she wouldn't be doing all that. She'd be thinking, oh, I'm good, or try to expose him or something like that. So, sound to me like you got a faithful man, a committed father. I say as much patience as you can deploy, do just that. Let's see. Christina S. says, why is my man worried about every guy I'm friends with? I tend to have more male friends than female, and it's our biggest issue. I want to respect him, but not lose all my friends. Well, Christina, you gotta respect your man. The respect for your man, and if you're in a relationship with him, I would think you guys are moving toward being one, meaning being married. If not married, then at least somewhere close to that level. When it comes to your friends and everything else, that's got to come second. That can't come before him. So I'm not saying lose your male friends, but there absolutely should be some adjustments on behalf of how your man feels about those male friendships. You talking about getting married, you tend to have more male friends. Like, how close are these friends? Y'all talk about intimate things? Y'all talking about serious things that go on between you and your man? Are they your shoulders to cry on and lean on? Honestly, man, I'm not a big fan of that whole having friends, close friends of the opposite sex. I think we said this on the last live chat. I'm not a big fan of that. Acquaintances, we get along, we speak, and we make sure everybody good. That's fine. We all hang out together. Cool. We can do that. But close friends, like you at their house? What's going on with this friendship? I mean, y'all go out to have drinks? Y'all go out to eat? What's the history of the friendship? I got questions. So y'all are engaged, you and your man are engaged? I would say, he's definitely priority. Now, again, I would just think boundaries, not cut them all the way off, but boundaries. So long as you ain't been flirting with those boundaries or pushing on limits or disrespecting them with these male friends, I would think the reasonable thing to do is to say, it's a certain time that they can call, certain time, come on now. Y'all don't need to be up on the phone an hour and a half at night, 10 p.m. at night. That's not cool. I understand that. Let me see. Creed, that's what I'm trying to do. These are friends we'd hang out with together. Creed must have suggested that you guys hang out all together. Even that. Only thing I could think of now that would really have him that upset and you ain't did nothing is if these guys kind of aggravate his insecure demons. If they are handsome, something that you like, and he knows what you like because you're his woman, but they have something that you like more than he does. Physically, financially, mentally, something. And just like women, as a man, if you get to feeling like your woman is just supplementing y'all's relationship with the contribution of another person, of another man, hell yeah, you're gonna feel like you sharing her. You're gonna feel like you sharing her. So I would say, really, man, just dig deep in that conversation. Exactly what is the issue? Because cutting off this friend and that friend, that ain't gonna fix the issue. It'll make you feel better in the short term. But what is really the issue? Have that conversation with them. Y'all engaged, so sound like y'all are both serious about each other. Have that conversation with them. Chandra Melly says, my man says anything past 10 p.m. is booty call hours, and I totally respect it. Hell yeah. Ain't nothing open that late but legs in the hospitals. That's what my grandma used to say. What you need to go out so late for? What you need to be on the phone for? Ain't nothing open that late but legs in the hospitals. So if it's an emergency, yeah, he can call. He dying, he on his deathbed or something like that, sure. Your male friends can call you. I have no problem with that. Other than that, hang that up. Hang that up. I really think you need to hang that up. I'm the type to yell, hey, she can't talk. No, I ain't gonna do that. That's weak as fuck. I had that happen to me in high school, man. The dude said that. And the bad thing was, in high school, it was my girlfriend. My girlfriend had another dude in the background. Hang up the phone. I was getting cheated on like hell in high school. All right. Back off of memory lane. Chrissy S says, thought I had a passion. Started at that job today. Feeling extreme anxiety, like I may not want this for my career. Panicking, I'm 24. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I feel hopeless and broken. Help. Okay, Chrissy, so first off, you're panicking. You're panicking, and that's understandable. You're in a new situation. You feel like, at 24 for some reason, we feel like we got to have life figured out. Like we got to have the direction. We got to have everything, perfect on even kill. That's rarely the case. Rarely is it the case. I got lucky myself, but very few of my peers at 24, I'm 29, so I ain't too far removed from you. Very few of my peers had their whole life figured out. Most of them today, 4 or 5 years later, are doing something completely different than what they was doing at 24. So the biggest thing is put it in perspective. Understand you got plenty of time to figure this out. It ain't gonna kill you right here and now if you don't let it. Do what you gotta do right here and now. And if you feel like you wanna do something different, understand you're gonna have plenty of room to do so and time to develop in it. But right now, just breathe, keep it cool, do your job. And if you feel like you want a different career, damn it, you can change it. There's women 40, 50 years old picking a whole new career. You got time at 24. So just keep it calm and stay off of social media. Stay off of social media. If it ain't on like a page like mine, and I ain't saying that just so I want you to follow me, but let me tell you something. A lot of young people, because we came up in the era where like social media was a part of our upbringing. For me, it was MySpace. MySpace was probably around when you were probably like 10 or 11. So I don't know, you might have came straight in on Twitter or Facebook. But we basically grew up with this hyper comparison portal. And that's all social media is. Outside of those of us who are trying to make something constructive out of it, social media, and this is for grown folks too, 40 and up, 50 and up, y'all too. Steve Jobs didn't even let his kids have smartphones because he knew the effects of all the things that were on it, all the social media apps. It causes anxiety when you spend too much time on social media. I make a living, should I say, largely due to social media. And I don't spend more than an hour and 25 minutes on there. That's my limit. I don't know why 25 instead of 30. But I don't spend more than an hour and 25. And that's most times I'm working. But there are people who spend 4 to 5 to 6 hours on each app, not doing anything constructive, just looking at their friends look like they got their life together. 40 years old, 30 years old, all the women in here. You see your girl and she got the handsome man and they just bought a new Bentley and closed on a new house with 3-4 acres in the front yard. They got 2 beautiful children and a dog, and you just looking at them stunting and going out on dates, and you can't go on no date. Nobody will take you on no date. You get to comparing stuff and feeling like you're so behind in life. And it's so unhealthy. Like, your path ain't they path. Chrissy, your path ain't they path. Most, like, I'm telling you, look, just, I bet you, I don't want to say I bet you. I would say I believe there's a direct correlation and how much time you're spending on social media, more particular, the accounts that you follow on social media, and where you're at panicking in your career. The fact that you even got a job at 24 and it could be a career is good. Like, I mean, it's more than good. You're doing great. There's a lot of unemployed folk at 24. You know, even if you had a job at McDonald's, you'll be doing good. But it's hard to appreciate where you at. Matter of fact, you get the feeling like you behind and you doing something wrong in life because you looking at everybody else stunting and looking like they got life all figured out. I ain't gonna get on that too long, man. I just think, man, social media is largely underregulated when it comes to our sociological health, our psychological health. Somebody said poor social nutrition. That's exactly what it is. There's only so many accounts like that are dedicated to doing something constructive on social media. And even if they are dedicated to doing something constructive, you still got to be careful, because if they're painting a picture of the perfect life, subconsciously you're going to compare yourself. All right, let me see. Melanie Dyer says they see what people showing them, but behind closed doors, they could be definitely struggling. It's not all what it seems. Like, I don't even like when people say relationship goals, like, no, make your own goals. That's a healthy way to look at it. Damn sure healthy way to look at it. Chrissy says, yeah, let me disconnect for a little. I finally got my self-crown book, and I'm going to start journaling Monday. That's it. Spend time, not just journaling, man. The journal definitely will help you. Stay busy with that. But I would say get an Audible subscription. Find a couple of podcasts. Like, reduce that junk that's going to your subconscious. I ain't saying you got to stay all the way off of it, but you should absolutely look at how much time you're spending on there. Instagram actually has something that shows you exactly how much time you spend on that app alone. Look at how much time you're spending on there and try to cut it in half first. Create zones. This is the time I'm going to be on social media, and this time I'm not. Create zones. Don't scroll too much. Like, before 10 a.m., I don't let myself scroll. I go in, I check what I got to check, DMs or whatever, and then I'm out. I don't let myself scroll before 10. You got to have boundaries with that. So, let's see. Michelle M said a good question. Let me go up a little bit. Michelle M, what a great question. Don't see it. Hold on. I'm scrolling. All right. Michelle M says, how do you find your voice and stand up for yourself when you have been beat down mentally and emotionally? That's a vague one a little bit. When you say stand up and find your voice, I'm curious if you're still in the same environment in which you lost your voice, in which you got knocked down. Like, it's really difficult to heal in the same environment you got sick in. So when you say stand up and find your voice, I'm curious if you're still in that situation. Because if I were you, that would be the first step towards standing and finding my voice, is getting away from that which knocked me down. Secondly, you got to remind yourself what life felt like before you came across that which took your voice and knocked you down. So get around those same people, get back to those activities. More than likely, you lost touch with something that made you you, that gave you that strength, that confidence that you had before, that made you feel fulfilled and happy, motivated to get up every day. Thirdly, I would say you got to put things in perspective. We tend to give things way more power than they actually warrant. People's opinions, people's perspectives, we tend to put them on almost a pedestal because we love them. Everything that they say and their whole viewpoint is important and it's valid. When if it's something that's hurting us, 9 times out of 10, it ain't. So you also have to reposition like how you even see that which took from you your voice and your ability to stand. Those 3 things should help you. All right? But that's going to be it for tonight's live chat with my Platinum VIPZ. Of course, if you guys got any more questions, just keep putting them here in the comment section. I'm going to look and see. I might start sourcing some of these hot topics from the questions that I missed. since now we're kind of growing in our community, you know, even when we have like a limited number on like this, I know there's got to be somebody I missed. So continue putting your questions down in the comments, especially if I missed it. Other than that, I will see you on the VIP live chat with everybody else on Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all be good. Have a good night. Be safe out there. Peace.